little, hon. Look how clear this water is. It's the Manistee River. See the Manistee River, hon? Okay, ready to go bye-bye? Good girl, hon. It's a lot of climbing, hon. Hey, Joe. We're smelling the roses today. Good girl, hon. You come up here in the summer, I'll take you out. You can camp here. Cook some marshmallows. Roast some marshmallows on an open flame. You ever do that over there in Australia? Ready to party, hon? You want to walk over here a little bit, hon? Yeah, okay. We'll share one bottle of wine, that's it. And that's gone. There's none left. Okay, we'll do it. Yeah, we've got snow up here, not a lot. This is what's considered the snow belt. It's about, it starts a little bit about 50 miles north of me and is even more prevalent about 90 miles north. The reason you'll see snow here is because there's a lot of places that don't get sunlight. The deck angle's so low this time of year. So it's more a matter of not melting than accumulation. If this was out in a sunny area, it would have all melted. Hey Jeff, you up? But this is this starts to get into the snow belt. It's further north of me. And it's very shady here. A lot of trees, so the snow doesn't melt if the temperatures stay around 32, which they have. See how big Daisy's prints are in the snow? You'd think it was a big dog, and you'd wonder why they were so close together. She's got huge feet. You ready to party, hon? Ready to go bye-bye? Let's go bye-byes. Let's go bye-bye, hon. Daisy loves the cold weather, especially a day like today, not too cold. Ready to go bye-bye? Let's party. Come on, hon. I'll leave you here. Coyotes eat you. Come on, let's party. She doesn't want to go. Hey, Mary. Yeah, this is just near Grayling along the Manistee River. Mainly because it's shaded. I'm going to go for my elusive hunt of the homeless in Traverse City, which I have never found. Party, hon. Good girl. Oh, wow. Oh, North Bay. Good for you, James. You got a GoPro up there? That's it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm done with her. I hope you don't ruin my opportunity to tell her that I don't want to have anything to do with her. Because I don't. Yeah, what a surprise. But as you know, that's happened to me plenty of times. Welcome to the club. Hopefully, she doesn't drive up around your house tonight and want to talk. It could be, yeah, but like anything, you don't notice it until you know you've made an overture and trying to be nice. Yeah, you're right though. Well, if you ever need it, remember, I've always got the recorded conversations, so you're covered. Yep, no good deed goes unpunished. That's no shit. That'll karma will get her. It really kind of already has. It's one banana peel after another for her. Yeah, fortunately, that's about it, Jeff. These. I'm on YouTube shit list for interviewing drug addicts. So they got every excuse in the world for me not to come up now and get recommended, and people get notices in my chats. I don't really care. I mean, I'd rather have people interested than not, but I'm not bending over for it. But my point is, these chats lately in the evening are like one right now where there's 23 people. You could give me that any day over these 100-person chats where Snaggletooth's talking about transgender so-and-so, and Tubby Tuba is mad at Skinny Minnie, and it's just this is like 8th grade mentality. I want to get away from those people so bad. Heading to Traverse City. I'm gonna try and find some homeless people, which I never find. Look at this big bird. Raven. That's a big raven, a huge one. Yep, it's true. Hey, Ganja. Yep, bye-bye, all stalkers. Losers. Anybody that knows of an idea of a better platform, please let me know. Yep, hasta la vista. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Porky, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Banning and blocking. The thing about, our first clue should be, Mary, is when they bring up that they're not looking for drama. That ought to be the big telltale sign to get out of Dodge. The second biggest clue is they say, hey, I'm not into drama. I'm protective of you, Tom. And I keep an eye out, and I am on all these bullshit troublemaking channels to protect you. That's another big sign of a undercover drama queen. Yeah, I'm disappointed too. Yeah, me too. So much for the Native American connection. Yeah. She still hasn't risen to the level of Amy or Tiffany or some of those people. She's got a ways to go. But she's a fledgling drama queen. Hey, Penny. Party on. Get me a booster shot. Give me it in the hiney when I drive by. Stick it right in like an EpiPen. Hi, Penny. Just give it to me right in the hiney. Hey, Blue, how you doing? Hey Kevin, how you doing? How you feeling? Gonna come up to Manistee. We'll party all night. Yeah, I'm feeling good today. Actually, feeling good. I woke up feeling a lot better. I got this some kind of inflammatory disease that I've had for actually my whole life, on and off. First, they thought I had reactive arthritis, and they thought it was ankylosing spondylitis. I've never responded to any medications. I've went blind in my left eye probably maybe 10 times in 50 years, but all 10 times were within about a 20-year period. And I haven't had that happen in about 15 years, but it is bothering me. I haven't responded to any medications. I tried Humira, Enbrel, and my SED rate is normal. And I think it's CRT. CRT is normal, so I have some kind of weirdo inflammatory condition that unfortunately is back. I thought it was gonorrhea, but then I found out you had to have sex to have that. So scratch that. Tomorrow at this time, I'm going to have two gay guys dressed as Santa's helpers serving me fondue, stuffing, turkey. I say to myself every hour, no gay jokes. Shut up. It's the holidays. I haven't had the test yet. I'm not. I don't think. I don't know. I think it's just a manifestation of this, to be honest with you. I haven't had it yet. They haven't called me. Evidently, there's a backlog, no pun intended, on colonoscopies. I'm 2 years overdue for one, so I'm going to get it anyway, but I don't expect them to find any smoking gun. Hey, Frisky. I mean, this is the first time I've went anywhere for Thanksgiving in probably, jeez, I can't even tell you, 35 years. I mean, just the way it worked out for me. I mean, just going over to like some family's house. I would for Thanksgiving. It's just like sitting in the waiting room of the gallows of the death chambers. It's not fun for me, you know. People are good intentioned, and they have this Hallmark movie idea in their mind that nobody should spend Thanksgiving alone, and I'm really not like that. Oh, Archie Bunker, yeah, they do. I'll run it by him and see if I can get some video. And like I said, in this instance, I mean, I was with the dad 40 some years ago when he asked me if I thought his kid was gay. And he was really upset about it because at least he sold it as not having any grandchildren. Anyway, there were years of like them not talking and me hunting the kid down and you name it, man. And to have it all go full circle and get together like this, I would have given you 25 to 1 odds it was not possible back when this whole thing started when he was a kid. Yeah, just I guess if you grow up with that, I mean, you like it. But I never was never like it's not something I like missed. Like a crazy nephew I had who married this bimbo that ended up leaving him, the one that went broke that owned 5 McDonald's franchises. That's all he ever talked about was having a family, and it never really interested me. I wanted to have a harem of scantily clad women handing me grapes, cooking me fondue, doing my laundry, letting Daisy out. Yeah, it's really kind of cool. I mean, that's how life is, though. I mean, you got one guy that's winning the Powerball, and another one that's getting diagnosed with four-stage pancreatic cancer. I mean, life's not fair. I've read this before. A guy goes into a doctor, and I'm kind of like this too. I'm sure everybody's like this. And nowadays, you go on the internet and you read about prognosis and diagnoses, and you're trying to figure out, God, am I going to live or die? What am I in for? You get diagnosed with something, so you get on the internet, you look it up. And they go to the doctor, and they say to the doctor, Doctor, I was looking on the internet, and the doctor just cringes. I mean, the internet's great, but I'm sure it's not if you're a doctor and your patient's about ready to tell you what you learned a long time in a legitimate medical school. And they said, well, doctor, I read that only 1% of the people in the population ever get this. The doctor says, yes, that's true. And he'll say, well, how do I have it then? It's like you're part of the 1%. A hard pill for anybody to swallow in anything. You just don't ever think that odds that bad include you. Church with no panties. Now there'd be now if that guy was having a Thanksgiving dinner, count me in. I would find it enlightening just listening to that crazy talk. Anything would be better than hugs and party favors on every table. How you doing, Cheryl? How's that food delivery stuff going? I see you haven't been chopped up into little pieces yet, which is good. Yeah, I would too, T-Stealth. Sure would. Yeah. I apologize for having to edit out all this drug talk, because it really does kind of kill the interview. So really, I got a bunch of interviews now that you guys have already seen. So if you see a new interview coming up and you don't kind of remember it, I doubt that you missed it. You probably watched it. I say skip it. But my new interviews, like today, to now, this is how an interview is going to go nowadays. Same old stick. Tom Reed here, going to upload this to YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And that may seem redundant too, especially it is redundant when you're listening to or watching 10 videos in a row, but that saved my ass more than once. Because they'd have been all over that they didn't know that, that I'm a millionaire because of this, and they didn't know it was going to be uploaded, and I tricked them. So I get that all behind me at the very beginning of the interview. And if you watch sometimes, when people give me, some flack over, it's like, look, we don't need to do this interview. It's like, oh, no, I want to do it. Yeah, well, that's what you say, but had I not asked you this and 2 years went down the pike, this could have had a much different outcome. Good for you, Cheryl. Yep. See, now you come up here in the summer, this very same route, and it is busy as hell. Now I can tell by looking at this highway, this is where large numbers of middle to upper income white people travel for recreation. Why? Because the roads are in perfect condition. And when they bitch, it means something, which is why all these highways to these above middle income class areas are not full of potholes and crappy blacktop patch jobs. That's the way it works. And it's the same thing as I say all the time. YouTube is very, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, if you're a money monger and you're really into views and subscribers, you will learn early on in YouTube what to do. If that's all you're interested in, it is spelled out every day while you're sipping your morning coffee on who watches what and for how long and the demographics. And it's clear. Now the backside of that is, it's very clear, and they don't talk about this a lot, that racism, sexism, age discrimination, and a person's attractiveness is a big damn deal. Just look at the videos that I upload. If you're black and older and overweight compared to blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white, working prostitute, it's a no-brainer. If you're Native American, not too many people are going to watch. That's just the way it is. Look at the numbers. And it's interesting how somebody in their own perfect time, personal time, they click on what they like. And if there was ever a better way of verifying this, let me know what it is, because it speaks volumes, loud and clear. People are very predictable. Now, here's an example. I don't do it, and I'm not saying I'm a good guy and I deserve an award or don't have any parades for me. I like everyday life, and it really doesn't bother me if you're black, white, Indian. I don't care. I'm going to interview you. I'd never turn down interviews for anybody. I don't. Like, I'm going over here today, and if this was a money-making mission, what I would do is I'd already have a canned speech of pitching people on why I don't want to interview men. I'd say, well, I'm going to do men. I'm going to do that next week. I'm setting up a template, and this is geared towards homeless women around the holidays in northern Michigan. I'll get with you guys next week. You could do something like that. They don't know any better. And I would just go around today and interview women. And when a guy came up to me and he'd say, hey, could I have an interview? It's like, how about next week? Which would be total bullshit. But I don't do that. And like I said, I don't think I deserve a cake made for me. I find it interesting. Is there a little bit of a twinge in me that finds a female homeless a little more interesting? Yeah, you know what? There is a little bit. But not enough to make me not want to hear everybody's side. I don't care if you're old, black, Native American. As a matter of fact, on that out west trip last year, where I basically specifically went out there to interview Native Americans, I knew that was not going to be a good trip for my YouTube channel. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I knew it was going to be like a Maddie interview. But that's fine. It's cool. I'm going to do it again, as a matter of fact. Nope, same thing. Yep, Pretty girls. That's exactly right. And look at the amount of I here's another thing. I'm glad I happened to catch that comment because I'm beginning to think that there's some, we all know the normal fetishes out there, right? But I'm beginning to think there's some fetishes that I've never read about, that no one's ever verbalized, and I just base that on the numbers of, well, I mean, let's put white, attractive, younger women. And they know that what they do, they know they have issues. And I don't know whether these guys get off on them being vulnerable and nobody knows they're watching, but there's more to this than anything else. And this is why I say this. Let's say I got the same 5 popular white attractive women, and there were a bunch of young guys that were in the dating life, and I had pictures of them and I showed them all to them, and I said, hey, look, these women, are interested in dating. Now look at these people getting in this left lane before you're supposed to. So stupid. You are not supposed to be in this lane until after this yellow stripe. But if I took 5 working girls with abuse problems, and I took them to guys that were in the dating range, and I said, hey, look, here's this girl. It's like, you interested? It's like, yeah, I am. It's like, well, what does she do for a living? It's like, well, she's a prostitute and she has, some substance abuse issues. It's like, I don't want to date that. Okay, fair enough, right? But why are all these people clicking on it? Because you know what the score is before you ever watch the interview, particularly with longtime subscribers. So I can't help but think there's some weird underground strangeness to the attention these videos get. I mean, there are people that really get off on someone being like desperate, struggling, and I'm serious. Anybody knows anything about this, I'd be interested in it because I find it interesting. On the other hand, I mean, I don't think that an adult male needs to be embarrassed for appreciating an attractive female. Hey, Twin Pines. And I don't think that I need to apologize for not being attracted to a 210 Tessie. Some big jeans splitting behemoth with a 55-inch waist that you got to get custom-made jeans for. So it's both ways. Yeah, geez, I know the guy that owns that, actually. He's a good guy, Chris. Geez, has really been hurting. That one in West Branch did about $3 million a year pre-COVID. Now they're not even open on Sundays. Yeah, it's just straight up. I mean, you know how it is. And if somebody introduces you to a overweight woman and you're just like, nah, I don't think so, they're gonna tell their friends that you're shallow. Yeah, that's bullshit too. I'm not shallow at all. I'm not attracted to overweight women. Sorry. I mean, now it's like pins and needles, and it's like if you're a corporate environment or something, you better watch your P's and Q's. And if they look you in the eye and they say, hey, Sally's single, Sally's got a 59-inch waist, and you better act like it's something other than her weight, or you're going to be on the chopping block yourself. I mean, there's going to be a day, if things keep going, where you're going to go into strip clubs and there's going to be someone patrolling around, and after about an hour there, they're going to watch your behavior and they're going to sit down. It's like, Mr. Reed? It's like, yeah. It's like you've been here an hour now, and you haven't one time went up with $1 and stuffed it in the garter belt of an obese dancer. And here's $150 ticket for it. It's like, what are you talking about? I didn't stuff $1 in a garter belt because I'm not interested. I find them I find them attractive. I mean, I know a lot of overweight people, and I'm cool with it as like uh, being friends, or I'd help them out. Or it's not like I see an overweight woman with a flat tire and drive by because she doesn't have a great body. Nothing like that at all. I'm just talking about, like I say, I don't like green beans. I mean, in this day and age, you're getting in trouble for stuff that you don't like more than you do. That's my point. That's why, I mean, I think you can appreciate that, and he talked about this openly. Chris Farley said he got tired of being the fat guy falling down and going boom boom. Same with comedians. At the end of the night, when everybody's done laughing and all these couples get up and go home, you go back to an empty room. And even though people think you're funny and they laughed and they'll see you again and they'd recommend you, they're not interested maybe in having any other relationship with you other than listening to your jokes. Hey Rustic, how you doing? Hey Neff, how's it going? This is the time to come over here a day like today. Supposedly there's a big homeless population over here, and I've been over here a million times, and I've never found them, ever. I don't think I've ever interviewed one homeless person. I'd like to. Anybody knows where they're at. This morning, neither one of them got a shot. And he told me they're good for a year now. Yeah, okay, good luck. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, it's okay accepting people for as they are, but it all depends on what relationship. Like I said, I don't think you have to, you have your own personal preferences for nature's the same way. I've used the example all the time. The young, fertile doe isn't out looking for a buck with a broken off antler and his balls dragging the ground. Yeah, I think you can have all the substance you want, though. And if you're not attracted to them, you can forget it. You'll find all sorts of instances in people, meeting the profile of what they would find attractive for a spouse. And they try and force it together. They're both, let's say, physicians or pilots or have good jobs, but everything looks good on paper, but they're just not really attracted to each other sexually. So they kind of get married anyway, and good luck. That's true, Rustic. Well, that is a factor in human beings for sure. And you can argue that that's as honest as a relationship will ever get. He wants her because she's young and attractive, and she wants him because she'll never have to work. and can buy every bottle of expensive perfume they make. That's true. It's just like I say with the working girls. I mean, that's their moneymaker. I don't think a vagina knows if someone's being charged or not. No, but on the same token, I mean, it's true. I mean, I agree with you, Jeff. But on the other hand, I mean, there's a reason why when you can go to any show anywhere, any national TV anchor, liberal or conservative, any MC, any contestant, beauty pageant MC, you're not going to see a bunch of people that are 100 pounds overweight. Why? For the same reason why people in their own living quarters on their own time click on young, white, attractive working girls more than anybody else. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Yeah, exactly right. Are not totally out of shape. Yeah. And, it's, why? Look at, you notice it a lot in music. I give you this example all the time. Laith El-Sadi, the guy from Ann Arbor. He's an overweight guy with an Arabic name that's an absolute fantastic guitar player that took second place on The View or the whatever the hell that show is, that one with Adam Levine. And he has a hard time filling up a bar in the middle of nowhere with 12 people drinking cheap beer. But you get some blonde bimbo with a big set of knockers that are hanging out the top of her low-cut dress. She's got people standing in line. Hey, 82, how you doing? Yeah, I've never read any data to support that, Jeff. Yeah, doing pretty good, yeah. Hanging in there, partying with Daisy, smelling the roses. No, it's not, nope. See that red-tailed hawk? Go on, hon. Get over there, baby. You hot? You getting hot, hon? Yeah, turn down the window. Jump? Go ahead, hon. Go ahead, sheepy dog. Go ahead. Go on. Go on, hon. Jump. Go ahead, jump. $3.39 a gallon. I'd like to find all my enemies on YouTube and buy them a pasty today. And I'd like to force you to eat it. Yeah, send it to me. Oh, doorknobs. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, Saginaw. Oh, you mean, which one are you talking about? Just the general ones, or I get a lot of hate email on Saginaw videos. They say I go around and don't show any of the nice areas. Hi, on. Daisy's a sheepdog now. Boy, I got more of these marijuana places over here than anything else. Nature's relief. Yeah, Manistee River. Well, you know, like anything, the Mississippi included, which is 2,382 miles. That's because if you look at them, it looks like a worm crawling. You know, it's like in, out, worming around, trying to find the lowest part. Gravity is causing that. That's why. All those rivers up here are like that. If you did as the crow flies, it's less than half. Look at the Osabo. AU and then SABLE. Same thing. But if you look at the Mississippi, I mean, if it was the crow flies, I bet you could make it from Minneapolis down to the Gulf in probably 1,350 miles. And here another 1,000 miles is tacked on because of the way it worms around and like corkscrews. Yeah, Big Manistee and Little Manistee, right? Another interesting river is the Betsy, Betsie, Betsy River. And another real good one is the Boardman River, Boardman. These are all pristine rivers up where I'm at right now. Just like the Manistee I was at. I don't know if you could see it very good with that resolution, but just crystal clear. Now, another side of that is, you know, everybody wants natural. These crazy environmentalists, they want to bring things back like before mankind ever entered the picture. Well, let me tell you, if they did that in Michigan on all these rivers, you wouldn't be, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, you wouldn't be doing any of the things that they're doing on them now. The Osabo, the Betsy, the Manistee. They did take one of the dams out in the Boardman. But the fact of the matter is these rivers would be about 3 inches deep. Particularly the Osabo. You wouldn't have this world-class trout fishing. Now by damming it, does it make it because world-class trout fishing is possible? Does that make it better? Well, that's up to debate, but this notion that you're going to bring the earth back to like it was before mankind intervened. Mankind, this is why where I'm going now is so popular. You get the beautiful outdoors, plus you can go and get some fondue, some sushi, a prime age steak, great Mexican, super Italian. People, you know, if everybody just liked Mother Nature and being pristine, everybody'd have a place out in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, but they don't. They want to shop, they want to get a massage, they want to get a pedicure, a manicure, they want to get some fondue, and then they want to take 15 minutes out of their day to look at some crystal clear water where people fish for trout. Hey, Kayla. What people say they want and what they really want are sometimes a long ways away from one another. With all the stuff about health and the known facts about cholesterol and fried foods and fat, and fast food restaurants are busier now than they've ever been. This is what gets old people nervous. Roundabouts. They are a lot better, at least for car accidents and stuff. It's a great place to sit as a cop if you're writing drunk driving tickets. You can skip the breathalyzer. Just watch a guy that's plowed try and go through a roundabout. Hey, meat candy. Meat candy. That's what everybody needs an order of. When approaching a roundabout, listen for blaring horns and flashing lights. Meat candy, do you have any of these roundabouts up there in Fairbanks? You can just put it in four-wheel drive when you're drinking, go straight ahead. Roundabout. Yeah, no, they're really nice river. That's where I went. Is that how they spell it? Is that how they spell the Betsy River? I thought they spelled it Betsie, but maybe not. Yeah, all those rivers are right up here. Boardman, Betsy, Manistee. I mean, in this area. Crystal clear, pristine. Cold. That's why they're so conducive to trout need running water that's clear and moving and highly oxygenated. And no beer cans, no rolls of toilet paper, no beer bottles. And this is why people are willing to pay a huge premium up here, because it's not a dump and people respect the environment. And in this day and age, when you call the cops, they show up. Crime's low. One reason crime's low is because these crazies can't get up here. The likelihood of them getting pulled over by the time they would make it here is pretty high. There's no public transportation that pretty much comes here. That's by design. It's behavior that they try and legislate, not race. Hey, Brian. Strawberry Hill, Bunker Hill. This is the blue waters of Traverse City. This is also where they gave the Native American Indians about 10 square miles to live. Oh, Puget Sound, yeah. You ever see those killer whales out there swimming around? Take your kayak out there and put a GoPro on the bottom. You can get fudge up here too. I don't really like fudge. It's too sweet. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. You get any good seafood out of there? Puget Sound. You hear any foghorns blowing? No, I know. There's not one example of a attack by a killer whale to a human being. If you go on YouTube, though, there are some that have bitten the sides of boats. Yeah, fascinating animals. If I saw one, I'd jump in the water and swim around with it. There's a really cool video on YouTube somewhere in Australia where the tide's going out and these two kids are swimming. Have you seen that one? And they scream and they swim right by them, which I knew they would do. Kid was screaming for his mama. I'm sure being a kid and seeing a 4 foot of dorsal fin sticking out of the top of the water would scare anyone. Yeah, that happens up here. You know, there's 5G and blah, blah, blah. And it can be YouTube sometimes. There's a lot of bandwidth used on lives. Yeah, look it up. Type in the YouTube search box, kids swimming killer whales. And it's a really cool clip. See, now here's a place that could use roundabouts. Lots of left turns, which is bad, and super busy. This is nothing compared to the summertime. Psilocybin. You know, there's a lady, what is her name? Dr. Stacy Brooks, I think. She's a psychiatrist out of Atlanta, Georgia. I think it's Stacy Brooks. Real well-spoken lady, does a video a week. She's got about 900,000 subscribers. But very informative. She just did there is one. I don't want to say she just did it. I think it's a year old on psilocybin. And it's hard to get a medical professional to comment on things like that. Because the AMA is, you know, kind of poo-pooed medicinal marijuana. But evidently these psilocybin trials, I don't know where they're done. I don't know who'd pay for them either. At least some place has had some pretty good results with PTSD and you know, stuff, people that were raped and abused and all sorts of other things. Microdosing. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I know Ann Arbor just decriminalized it. But that's still, to me, it's like, you know, I wouldn't be 100% comfortable with that. I just, you know, either it's legal or it's not. I mean, that was kind of the way that marijuana unfolded. First places just said they're not going to charge you for it, but there's nothing like making it legal. I'd love to get the straight scoop on this medical marijuana thing, the sales, because I just don't see these places being that busy. Also, by the way, I bought some cream for a lady I know. She has joint pain from arthritis. And I asked the guy that owned this place, I said, what about this big recall in Michigan? He said it's a bunch of bullshit. Meaty got a hold of it. It's basically a paperwork recall. You know, it's kind of making it look like you just got a bunch of rough shop crazies out there regulating marijuana, but don't believe it. House of Dank Cannabis Company. They're everywhere. I can't wait till they make prostitution legal. I won't have a damn dime in my bank account. The Lions bands, they've been that way for their whole life. Because the older I get, the less I care about professional sports. I mean, none of these guys live there in the off season. It's no community involved. Yeah, they'll go out and hand out a few turkeys because their publicity agent told them to, but it's just like a big money-making scheme, and which is fine. I mean, these are great athletes, but I just don't want to pay for it like I used to. And the MMA, the older I get, the less that I want to witness this kind of brain damage. If there weren't paying people like me that watched it, there wouldn't be a market, and therefore people wouldn't be subject to it. And it's just They think football concussions are bad. Wait till you see these MMA guys who really don't make that much money. They're going to be wearing diapers by the time they hit their 40s. I mean, already even Chuck Liddell's not playing with a full deck. Good, Jessica. How you doing? Yeah, Conor McGregor. Yeah, sure do. Yeah. He's a skilled fighter. He knew how to market himself. Good for him. All good for you, Jessica. You gonna go to the buffet? Yeah, I'm not that much of a big buffet fan. I am gonna eat turkey tomorrow, though, which I haven't done in a long time. I think it's a nice day today. It's not too cold at all. This is a place that's crazy expensive. I don't know if these food trucks are closed or what. Looks like they're all gone. Yep, all gone. They all walk you bye-bye. They all walk you bye-bye. I like visiting this place, but you couldn't give me a place. I would not be interested in living here at all. Way too many tourists. Home of the $9 coffee. I think that Tyson and Logan, that's wrecked boxing. What a clown fest. Parking, of course, is a nightmare down here. Oh, here's the parking spot. Hey, Alethea. No, I think Mike Tyson would have knocked him out. I love Muhammad Ali, but no, Tyson was like a guy that comes around every 200 years. Okay, good girl. Good job, me Candy. Oh, cool, amateur mom. Oh, cool. Have a good Thanksgiving. Good, Jessica. Well, you guys, I'm going to go and get some money out of Chase Bank. And get something to eat. Then I'm going to look for some homeless. So I hope you guys have a good day today. This is the land of the BMW and Subaru. Soccer moms. Have a good day, Aletha. All right, Penny. You too, Cheryl. Don't be doing any more deliveries now. Just take a safe holiday. You guys too. Have a good day.